auditor other than retiring auditor is about. Appointment of auditor other than retiring auditor. If you see this provision, it says it starts with requires special notice. Requires special notice. Special notice is something which is given by members of the company who are holding at least 1% of the voting power, or who are holding at least 5 lakh paid up capital, whatever the case it might be. If you want to appoint an auditor other than retiring auditor, it requires special notice. See, I'm recording this video, this class, whatever this topic I'm recording, I will upload it for you, all of your reference. You can once again watch this and then read it later. Many are having doubt in this regard. In fact, most of the students do not have clarity on this. I'm giving you the clarity now. Appointment of auditor other than retiring auditor. Now let us discuss one point, important component here. See, suppose I have appointed auditor. Reliance have appointed auditor in 39th AGM, Reliance Industries Limited. And his appointment is valid up to 44th AGM, right? Once auditor appointment is expired in 44th AGM, at 44th AGM, I want to appoint some other auditor and his appointment will be valid up to 49th AGM. His appointment will be valid up to 49th AGM. If I want to change, suppose here Mr. A is the auditor, I want to go with Mr. B from 44th to 49th AGM. Tell me, all of you, who should take the decision? Kindly give me reply in the chat box. Who should take the decision regarding change of auditors? All of you think and reply, fast. Chetan Kumar is saying board of directors have to take the decision. Board of directors, in case of government company, C&AG, that's different issue. I'm talking about here non-government company mainly. Okay, so board of directors will decide, obviously. Audit committee, board of directors will decide. See, generally, how practically change of auditors happens, I'll tell you. How practically change of auditor happens, I'll tell you. 44th AGM is about to over, no? Before this 44th AGM, some 1 or 2 months before or 3 months before, board meeting will be conducted in the company. Board of directors meeting will be conducted in the company. In that board meeting, they would have taken a decision regarding change of auditors. Why? Because who will select the auditor of the company? Obviously, board of directors will select the auditor. Board of directors will select, okay, next to 44th AGM onwards, we will have another auditor. So, change of auditors decision they will take. They will put that point in the notice of AGM. In the 44th AGM notice, no, they will mention that point that we are proposing Mr. B as an auditor of the company. Mr. B has given his consent. He is not disqualified. Audit committee approved Mr. B. We are also agreeing for Mr. B. And we will conduct AGM. Shareholders will pass ordinary resolution. Mr. B is appointed. We have appointed Mr. B in the place of Mr. A. Mr. A is who? Who is auditor from 39th to 44th AGM. On the 44th AGM date, Mr. A term of appointment is expired. So he is no doubt a retiring auditor from the company. Now whom we have appointed as an auditor? We have appointed other than retiring auditor. Now tell me, in the entire this process, where is special notice? You know that provision is like, I'll show you that provision once. See, this is the 20th question. Explain procedure for appointment of auditor other than retiring auditor. Special notice shall be required. Shall send a copy of special notice to retiring auditor. Auditor can make a representation. It shall be circulated to members. This provision you would have read once, probably previously. Why special notice is required? See, here I told you how to change auditor. How to change auditor I have told you. Mr. A was appointed in 39th AGM. His appointment is valid up to 44th AGM. 44th AGM, his appointment is concluded. And Mr. B, we wanted appointed in 44th AGM. Board resolution is required. And recommend to the shareholders. They will pass an ordinary resolution over. Where is the concept of special notice here? I'll tell you. Suppose 39th AGM, carefully you listen to this story. Mr. A was appointed in 39th AGM as an auditor up to 44th AGM. 44th AGM, his term is expired. No, his term is expired. Now in 44th AGM, he is what? Actually retiring auditor. He is actually a retiring auditor. Let us assume this company is not subject to rotation, or else let us assume A and Co is a partnership firm. There are three partners. Okay. This company is not subject to rotation right now. Right now it is not subject to rotation. If it are already subject to rotation, if it are already 10 years is completed by this time, you have to change auditor. You don't have another option. You have to change auditor. You don't have another option. But what if rotation of auditors is not applicable at this moment? And you know, board of directors in the board meeting before 44th AGM decided to reappoint. Board of directors decided to reappoint Mr. A only from 44th AGM to 49th AGM. They decided to reappoint. They decided. I am one of the shareholder. They sent me notice. I saw notice of AGM. Notice for AGM. I saw one of the businesses, Mr. A will be reappointed from 44th AGM to 49th AGM. I was shocked. I'll tell you what's my problem. I'm a shareholder. I am having 2% voting power in the company. In fact, I'm a significant shareholder. I'm an important shareholder, no doubt about it. 2% shareholding I'm having. That's a very big listed company. Actually, what happened is, when I'm a vivid stock market explorer, let us assume I explore to stock market, all the things, all that. I know all the issues that are going in stock market. I know all the issues that are going in multiple companies. A and Co is there, no? On these auditors, right now there is an allegation going on. There is some allegation from another company, and this auditor's case is right now pending in some court. When I inquire this point, I'm a shareholder. Remember, I'm not talking about the company 39th, 44th, 44th, 49th. I'm not talking about that. Okay. I hope you remember the part 1 of the story. 39th AGM, Mr. A and Co was appointed up to 44th AGM. Before 44th AGM, board of directors have conducted a board meeting, decided same auditor will be reappointed from 44th AGM to 49th AGM. That is the company decision. But my problem I'm explaining now. I'm a shareholder in the company, key shareholder. I'm having 2% voting power in the company. What I found is, I know this auditor is involved in some offense. I get to know through my friends or through my colleagues or somebody, I get to know A and Co is actually involved in fraud. A and Co is actually involved in fraud. What I thought is, board of directors are there, no? They are also probably aware of this issue about A and Co. Board of directors also aware of A and Co. I thought, okay, board of directors will, anyhow he was appointed. Up to 44th AGM, he will complete audit and leave the company. Board of directors of the company will definitely change the auditor. I thought that they'll change the auditor. But when I look at the AGM notice, it says this auditor will be reappointed. But remember, will be reappointed, not yet reappointed. He will be reappointed. That's what the AGM notice says. They're asking me to come for meeting and give my approval. But for me, I don't want Messrs. A and Co to be our next auditor, because he's a fraudulent guy. Now what I can do? What if board of directors selected one auditor, but one of the key shareholder of the company don't want this auditor? What this key shareholder can do? Can auditor be changed by key shareholder? Yes, 140 subsection 4 gives that power. But you can't change before expiry of term. You can change only on expiry of term. So board of directors want to reappoint the same fellow, but I don't want that fellow. I want some other auditor other than retiring auditor. That is the provision. I want a shareholder wants an auditor other than retiring auditor. So here it is not for the board of directors of the company. It is here the shareholder of the company he wants. Now since the shareholder wants some other auditor to be reappointed, what procedure he has to follow? You see, notice of general meeting I will get 21 days before, no? 21 days before AGM. Yes or no? Now I saw the notice. I understood that this auditor will be reappointed, but I don't want him to be reappointed. So what should I do? I'll take maximum 7 days gap. I'll take maximum 7 days gap before AGM. Okay, sorry. 14 days before AGM. 14 days before AGM. From the date of receiving the notice, I think 7 days is the maximum gap I can take. Okay, 14 days before AGM. At least 14 days before AGM. I should give a notice to the company. Because I want auditor to be changed. So who should give notice? I should give. If at all I want to give notice, what should be my eligibility? I must have 1% voting power in the company. I must have at least 1% voting power or at least 5 lakhs paid up capital in the company. Only then I can give special notice. So 14 days before AGM, I will give special notice to the company. I will give special notice to the company. To company means obviously notice will be sent to whom actually, first to whom I'll send? Board of directors. Board of directors I'll send a notice. Look, Mr. Board of Director, so and so A and Co is having, these are all allegations. I originally thought you will consider all these allegations and you will not propose for reappointment. I thought like that. But after I received the notice of AGM, I understood you wanted to reappoint that fellow, but who is a fraudulent person, it is not advisable to reappoint the same person. I am requesting, I am in fact ordering to change auditor. We don't want that auditor. I will send a notice to him. And not only that, you send my notice to all the shareholders. You send my notice to all other shareholders. Because every shareholder should know that he is involved in fraud. Every shareholder should know that he has been involved in so and so allegation. Now, with complete knowledge of facts, shareholders should take a decision. I give special notice. Now what I should do? So shareholders will give special notice. Shareholder will give special notice to board of directors. Board of directors have to circulate special notice to all the members of the company. All the members of the company. Not only members, even that special notice has to be sent to auditor, because on auditor you are making allegation. No, A and Co also you have to give the special notice. Dear auditor, we have got an allegation from you from one of our shareholder. Go through this notice. He will go through it. No. Now he will have some reply. No, this auditor on whom allegation was made, he will have some answer to tell. No, what this auditor A and Co can do? You write a representation. Written reply. Nothing but written reply. Sir, you also prepare a reply. You give that reply. I will forward that reply to all the shareholders. Board of directors will take that reply, forward that reply of the auditor to all the shareholders. Now see. Now all shareholders are having what documents now? First they have 21 days before AGM they got notice of AGM, which contains A and Co will be reappointed. This is a proposal which is there. Yes or no? 14 days before AGM, the company got a special notice. And the company has to forward this special notice to all the shareholders, saying one of the shareholder is objecting. What the company has to say? One of the shareholder is objecting Messrs. A and Co appointment. And why he is objecting? It is there in the special notice. Not only this, shareholders are having third document. Now A and Co have been allocated by one of the shareholder. No. Now this A and Co gave some written reply, written representation. That representation is also been given to shareholders 7 days before AGM. Now you see series of action. First they got original AGM notice where A and Co will be reappointed. Then they got a special notice that A and Co, why you should not reappoint, from one of the shareholder. Then third one, A and Co should not be reappointed. He said no, because of so and so reason. For the reason, auditor, whoever is there, we want to reappoint. No, originally he gave a reply. All the 3 details we have. Now shareholders will finally come to the general meeting, will finally either decide A and Co should not be appointed, or may decide A and Co can be appointed. Suppose A and Co they decided not to reappoint. They decided okay, that shareholder allegation is correct. No, A and Co we should not reappoint. Then board of directors would have already recommended some other auditor in his place. If at all shareholder want to pass a negative on this, board of directors will be ready with another auditor readily. So his name will be proposed. Okay, B and Co. we will appoint in his place. This is how change of auditor happens after expiry of term. Through special notice. See, if you see this question, no, how other than retiring auditor, how should you appoint another auditor? Means directly they start with special notice. But background story nobody understands. Actually, if I want to change another auditor other than retiring auditor, I want to reappoint somebody else. I wanted to reappoint somebody else other than retiring auditor. What procedure I can follow? You know, board of directors will take a decision in board meeting to change the auditor, and automatically shareholders also will approve the same. That's a simple procedure. Why special notice comes into picture? Nobody thinks of this. If you think about this point, you will understand what would have happened in background. That background story, nowhere it was given. You have to understand based on common sense. Why shareholder requirement is, why shareholder has to issue special notice that you should not reappoint. If shareholder is saying he should not be reappointed, somebody is saying he should be reappointed. That's why shareholder given an objection that he should not be reappointed. Who is that somebody who take the decision that this fellow should be reappointed? Obviously, who can take the decision? Board of directors. Everybody understood this story. Supriya is asking one doubt, sir, rotation concept. I'll clarify that. Right now, I'll clarify. Don't worry. Have you all understood this story completely? Have you all understood this entire topic completely? 20th question related answer. Kindly reply me in the chat box. Yes. Fine. Very good. Very good. Now let us link this provision with rotation. You know, I'll tell you here the one point will be there. Note. This provision need not be applied where retiring auditor has already completed continuous term of 5 years or 10 years and are liable for rotation. What does it mean? What does it mean? Suppose board we have appointed one firm from 39th AGM to 44th AGM. Same person was reappointed in 44th AGM to 49th AGM. Let us assume he was reappointed. Now 49th, this company is liable for rotation. 10 years is over. Obviously, board of directors have to change the order. Can they reappoint from 49 to 54? Can they reappoint? Obviously not. Obviously, they have to change. In this case, should I tell company that please change auditor? I need not tell. Company has to mandatorily change. So when auditor is liable for rotation already, special notice is not required. If at all auditor is not liable for rotation, he can be reappointed, but you don't want him to be reappointed, give a special notice. Simple. If at all board of directors themselves have taken decision to change the auditor and sent you a notice of AGM that another auditor is proposed, then also not required. Simple, I'll tell you. When special notice is not required, this point every one of you should understand. When it is not required. Case one, board of directors recommended in AGM notice, that what they recommended, that another auditor will be appointed. In this case, you need not tell board of directors please change auditor. They are only telling that they're changing auditors. Case 2, the existing auditor has completed permitted term under section 139 subsection 2. That nothing but rotation is applicable. Getting it? So in these two cases, you need not give any special notice on that. Are you clear, everyone? So board of directors themselves have agreed to change the auditor. So auditor has himself completed the term, permitted term. He has to be changed at any cost. Getting it? So which means special notice is required when board of directors want to continue the same auditor. Moreover, that auditor has also not completed the term, not completed the permitted time under 139 subsection 2. He has only completed one term. still another term he can do, or rotation itself is not applicable for the company. So directors decided to reappoint the same. You don't want him to be reappointed. In such case, you give special notice because you have problem. You give notice to the company. Hope everybody understood. Can I get a reply? That thing is not possible. If shareholders don't like, they don't give approval. Simple. If company proposed one auditor and if shareholders don't like that auditor, they don't give approval. Simple. Over. They don't give approval. And that case is theoretically not possible. That case is theoretically not possible. Hope everybody understood. Okay. Yeah. So we'll proceed with the next concept.